So first we're going to start with the bowl of the Easter basket, and starting with the largest bowl that I have. And first I'm going to spray it with coconut oil. We chose coconut oil because it's good for dogs, but it doesn't really matter which oil you choose. You can do vegetable oil or whatever kind. So I'm going to spray the bowl really good so that when I have the dog food in there to make the bowl, it's easy to get it out. It doesn't stick. After you've sprayed the bowl with coconut oil, we are going to measure 2 cups of chicken broth. And it doesn't matter what brand of chicken broth you use. We just got a regular Swanson chicken broth. We have our 2 cups of chicken broth we're going to put on the stove to boil. Next, we're going to take a new bowl, doesn't matter the size, this is just a smaller one that I have, and empty the gelatin packets into the bowl. And I have 8 gelatin packets. Doesn't matter what kind of brand, but the most common you'll find is the Knox gelatin. That is our 8 packets of gelatin in this bowl. And now we take our boiling chicken broth and pour it in slowly. Now that our gelatin and our chicken broth is all mixed together, we are going to use our Acana dog food. Here, this is the freshwater fish recipe. And we tried a couple of different dog foods and different flavors, and this worked the best. It stayed together and didn't melt and get soggy when we mixed in the broth. So we're going to go ahead and take our 2 cups of that and put it in our prepared bowl that we sprayed with the coconut oil earlier. And then we're going to mix in our chicken broth and gelatin. And that looks really soupy, so we're just going to keep adding dog food until it's thicker. That's looking better. Now we are also going to add some of the Nupro Silver Joint and Immunity to it. That'll help soak up some of the soupiness too. And this is just a powder. Okay. So now that we have everything mixed in, the chicken broth with the Acana and the Nupro, we are going to get this ready to set up as the basket. So I'm going to kind of mush it around into the bowl shape. And since it's starting to get thicker and that gelatin is starting to hold a little bit, it'll kind of hold that shape. So next we're going to take a smaller bowl and we're going to coat the bottom outside of it with the coconut oil. And you want to get it really coated all the way to make sure that when you put it in, nothing sticks to it. So we're going to use this bowl as a mold for the inside of the bowl. And you want to push it down in there to make all the other kibble around it. Now to hold this down, we're just going to use the other leftover chicken broth in there to give it some weight in the bowl. So now to get the gelatin to set, we're going to put it in the fridge for a while. So now we're going to make the Nupro mix into Easter eggs. We're going to use the Knox gelatin again, and this time we're going to do 10 packets. So we're going to take a new bowl and empty the gelatin packets into the new bowl. Too much. There's our 2 cups, and we're going to pour it in with the gelatin powder and stir that all together. We have our boiling broth, and we're going to just mix it together, pour that in, and quickly start mixing it. Ooh, not that quickly. So now that we have our Nupro mix done, we are going to take the Nupro mix and put it into the plastic eggs. These are just regular Easter egg plastic eggs that you would get for little kids, and they come apart in the middle. And what we're going to do is we're going to fill half and half, and then put them in the muffin tin. This is a miniature muffin tin, not a regular size muffin tin. And put them facing up like this so that they don't tip over. And when they're done, we will put the 2 sides together and make 1 egg. So now we are going to take the Nupro and put it into the eggs. First, we want to take our coconut oil again and coat the eggs really good so that when this sets up, it's easy to come out. You want to make sure that you coat all the sides. So first we're going to take the 1/2 and spoon it into the egg. And we're going to fill these as perfect to the top as we can. And then put it back into the muffin tin, and then do the other side. So now we have the Nupro eggs all in the egg molds, and we're going to take them in the fridge so that they can set up. We are going to make some jellies with the Bark Brew, and this one is the Calm Ale. There's different flavors. There's a chicken one as well, and a couple other flavors, champagnes, beers, and they're for dogs, and they're non-alcoholic. This has CBD in it, and we're going to make some jellies with it and some jellies without. It's going to be about a cup, and we're adding that to our cup of, or 2 cups of chicken broth, and boiling that. Take 4 of our Knox gelatin packets and put them into a measuring cup with a pour spout on it. You can also put it into a bowl with a pour spout. Anything that has a pour spout on it will make making the jellies easier. We have our boiling Bark Brew and chicken broth mixed together, and we're going to pour a 1.5 cups in with our 4 packets of gelatin. We're going to mix the broth and the gelatin together with a spoon. We're going to take our molds for the jellies and we're going to spray them with coconut oil. These molds are just basic, like cookie molds, and you can get them at any type of store, craft store or just a Walmart type store. We got them in egg shapes and bunnies and chicken shapes for Easter. Hard way that before you start filling your molds, you should put them on a cookie sheet so they're easier to move into the fridge to get them to set. So now we're going to fill our other molds. We're going to make a surprise Easter egg. So we are going to put chunks of apple into these big molds. And we're going to use just the regular chicken broth and gelatin to make it a jelly. But we're going to take an apple, cut it up into little shapes, and put it inside of the molds to make that a treat. First, with the molds, you want to spray them generously with coconut oil, and we're going to do 2, and that, and then we're going to cut our apple into some big pieces. So first, we'll just cut the top off and the bottom off, and we're going to cut a big chunk. That. Now we have our apple pieces, and we're going to take some tiny little cookie cutters. We have a flower, a carrot, a bunny, a duck, and we're going to use these to cut the shapes out of the apple. So we're going to use these just like a cookie cutter, regular cookie cutter. Take the pieces out. We've got a bunny and a carrot there. And then push those back out. You're going to take the apple seeds out. Make sure there's no apple seeds in there because it's not good for dogs. You can put it in the jelly mold. Ear fell off. We have apples, sweet potatoes, and carrots that we're going to make flowers for the Easter basket. First, we're going to start with the apples. First, cut out the core, and then we're going to cut them into thick slices. So, about there. Then you have slices like that. So we're going to do about 3 slices per large apple. Then we're going to take our sweet potato, cut some of the edges off, and do the same big slices, thick slices. We're going to cut the edges off a little bit, and then we're going to peel them. and set the carrots aside. So first you take one of your slices of apple, take your carrot and put it through the cord hole. Then you can measure, just push it through until it's about stopped and measure where that is. You can make a little cut and then another little cut on the other side. Then take your carrot out and cut that little chunk out. And set these other pieces aside. Take your little piece and put it back into the hole. Now you have the outside of the apple with the carrot in the inside. Next, you're going to take the apple and you can cut designs into the outside of the apple. Like this one, I'm making little triangle shapes. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just be cute. And once you've gone all the way around, you can round these a little bit. Carefully. Your carrot apple flour. So now we have the sweet potato peeled, and we're going to cut a design into this one. Leaves, and then we're going to round those into more of a petal shape. Our basket mold has been in the fridge for an hour. Now we're going to take it out and see what we got. Excuse me, Shelby. I'll take the small bowl out first. And it came out really easy because we sprayed that with coconut oil. Now we are going to take a cake frosting knife to help just loosen this up. At the bottom of your Easter basket. On the bottom of our Easter basket, we're going to put some spinach. Some baby spinach. Little handfuls. There. These are the finished Nupro eggs. We took them out of the egg molds and stuck them together with extra gelatin in between the two pieces and stuck them together and then put them in the basket. The basket is made of the Origin and Acana dog food, and then we lined the basket with the baby spinach and then put the Nupro eggs in. And here we have our jellies that we made. Some out of the Bark Brew and chicken broth, and then some with just chicken broth and some fruit pieces cut into them. And we're going to peel these out and see what we've got here. Have a little egg, and we're going to put these. So now we took some of the jellies out, and they are very gooey, just like little jello blobs, bouncy. And then we have the little chicken and the bunny holding, oops, his carrot came off, but there's the bunny. Now we have all of our gummies in our basket. These are the 2 large ones with the fruit pieces in them. We have the smaller eggs and the little chickens and bunnies. We added our fruit and veggie apples. Cut little flowers out for them, so we've got a little tulip here and some bigger flowers down here. Another tulip.